Hi, it's Kara from The Home Learner, and this is my fourth video explaining bullet journals. Today I am setting up my kids' bullet journal, and I plan to use these as our homeschool record for the year. So I have them color-coded per child, and one notebook will contain 1/4. So getting started, the first thing that I do is number the pages. Not because you have to, but because that's a weakness of mine. I saw that in my first few bullet journals I was failing to include the simple step of writing the page number in, and therefore I stopped using the index, which is very valuable when you want to find something important. So on the first page, actually the first 4 pages I've set aside as index, and then I put that on the index page. Surprise! Surprise, surprise. But it's just helpful. Anyway, the next one is our written state requirements. I took the time to write out what those were in a simple paragraph as to how we plan to accomplish those requirements. I have that here for my son, and nothing special, just what we plan to use and how that accomplishes the requirements. And I left page 6 blank because I'm not sure how I'm going to use that yet. I'll show you in a second. And I'll show you the month too. But first I want to show you the key. I think this is especially important for kids to see what the notations mean for reference. After time they'll learn what things mean and they won't have to check the key. But I also plan on having to include more note cards for keys or for additional notation, because I want to make this as easy as possible for me to use, and I don't want to have to write all these words out in order to explain myself to my child. It will become a language that we have and we'll understand what we're doing. But for the time being, they're probably going to check the key a lot as to find out what I mean. So let's then look over at the first month at a glance. I have a tab here showing where it starts, and it's just the day of the week, the date, and then a little bit of space to write one major thing that we're doing that day. And then they will reference that when they go to their daily spread. So for the next day it would be August 18, 2015, and I can write on here, see page 7 for major events. And then they would go to their calendar, see if anything's happening, and then go back and see what else just belongs in their to-do list for the day. So this can include chores, it can include major breaks, like what time snack will be, what time lunch will be, what time their quiet time will be, and what lessons will be required of them will go. I will write that out fresh for each day. So I'm not going to write ahead, that's why this is blank right now. We haven't started using this yet, so I don't have a sample to show you, but that's basically what it'll look like. And I will link to another lady who has done notebooks for her homeschool so that you can actually see her samples, and it'll make more sense then. But that's what I will do. And then once I've filled out the day and their instructions, I will put that number in their index. And I will also have in their bullet journal pages for reflection. So they'll turn the page and I'll have that written as one of their items. Turn to page 10 and answer this question, or make this journal entry, or tell me about how you feel, fill in the blank, and that'll be there too. So this bullet journal for my kids is going to serve as their homeschool record, but also as their journal as well, and a way for us to communicate. So the very last thing I have written in on our index is our book list. I went ahead and did this first to save space for it so it wouldn't get lost in the shuffle. And I put a tab down here that says book list and the number. And what I require of my kids is to write the date, the title of the book and the author that wrote the book to keep a record of the books that they are reading for pleasure. So what they're reading in their free time. We just want to keep a record of that, and also to make connections with their schoolwork if necessary. And so that's why I've included that. I believe that's everything so far for setting up a kid's bullet journal to use as a homeschool record. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or contact me personally, and I will link below to any of the products and any of the additional sources that you need to try bullet journaling for your kids. Thanks for watching.